Let's talk about the Royals now with Russell Myers, the Royal Editor of the Daily Mirror, and he joins us now from the UK. Great man, lovely to see you again.
How you doing, Paul? Good to see you.
Very good. Now, they talk about old, pale and stale. Little hard to come up with any other conclusion with the head of state of the United States and the head of state of the United Kingdom playing together, where the shuffling president of the United States was matched by the cranky king of England.
Oh, well, come on now. You're being quite cruel. I thought they made quite a sweet couple when they were trying to bound down the lawns of Windsor Castle. Now, listen, I think that there's been some unkind talk about whether Joe Biden was trying to make up for his snubbing the king from the coronation. I don't think it's like that at all. I think, this is something that is certainly a strategic message being put out. I mean, people always like to talk about the special relationship between the two countries, don't they? And certainly a flying pit stop visit by the US president, popping in to number 10 and then Windsor Castle rolling out the red carpet. But certainly I think a decent relationship is unfolding between the King and Joe Biden, because of course they met at the late Queen's funeral and just beforehand, and they share common interests. I mean, you talk about climate change, trying to leave a better world for the generation which comes after them, because these two men in their 70s and 80s, and if they're trying to do one thing, it's definitely look after the next generation.
What about the interaction with the guard? While the president is inspecting the guard, he is obviously talking to one of the soldiers. The king seems to have the Harry hits that's going on for too long. Off with someone's head.
Well, I love seeing these images when the sort of cloak kind of drops sometimes, doesn't it? And then we saw the king try, perhaps remonstrating with a guard, maybe talking for too long with Joe Biden. But I think it was just the exuberance of the US president, trying to take in the moment, because you can imagine it when you're in a sunny summer's day at Windsor. You've got the guard of honor laid out. The resplendent lawns are looking fantastic. And I think that possibly not the guard's fault that he was talking to with the US president. And, Charles likes to be a man in a hurry sometimes. And I think he was probably just having a laugh.
Now, let's talk about Prince Andrew. I can't believe that he's concerned that he might lose his beloved summer holiday home. How many holiday homes does this bloke have? I mean, for all the talk about Harry as the spare, this bloke is the ultimate spare that nobody wants to pick up. He doesn't want to lose the house he's currently living in. He doesn't want to lose his holiday house. When is Charles just going to turn around and build a wall around this dude?
Well, I'm not sure about spare, but he certainly has spare keys, because he does seem to have quite a lot of residences, doesn't he? I mean, we've had the whole business of when he had that Swiss chateau, and the fact that he had to sell it because he was engaged in legal proceedings that cost him millions and millions of pounds eventually. Now we have the fact that he might not be able to go to his summer jaunt. I mean, he used to, for a bit of context, he used to spend the last 2 weeks of July at Balmoral, the Scottish retreat for the royals, every year. But this was, of course, when he used to spend time with the Queen. Now, his plans have been somewhat scuppered, it would seem, because the King has ordered that Balmoral be left open until August the 16th this year. And this is, it is quite a good thing for the British taxpayer, bringing in a few extra quid for the taxpayer into the royal coffers, as it were. And will Prince Andrew be able to go on his summer holiday? I mean, I'm sure our heart bleeds for him that he might have to wait another couple of weeks, but I'm sure the King, with good grace, will eventually invite him. So maybe he won't be slumming it at home for the summer.
See, I think we've stumbled onto something here where if he won't leave, the cottage or the castle or the holiday, then just open it up to the public. He can be the tour guide. I don't know if anyone want a photo with him, but, just say, oh, look, mate, you can live there, but I'm telling you, between 10 and 4 every day, random people in board shorts and flip-flops and are going to start walking through going, wow, have a look at this.
Well, could you imagine? And maybe they give him a pen and a clipboard as well, and they give him a little name badge, and people can point out to him. And, is that Prince Andrew? I'm not too sure it is, but listen, stranger things have happened over the last few years, haven't they, Paul?